Number 10.
But you haven't seen that in movies and stuff?
I have seen it.
Yeah. I didn't have anything in it. I didn't even get a chance. I just kind of had it in the car, but they locked onto that. Like, ooh, this guy's big time. He's hollowing out Bibles. I'm like, all right.
According to drug agents, on June 14th, Isaiah McManamy is seen leaving a known drug area.
But they were quick. I was in town like an hour.
Agents stop him for a window tint violation.
Asking for consent to search his vehicle after being told he was on probation for a narcotics charge out of Davidson County.
A canine alerts on narcotics. Inside the car, drug agents find a lockbox filled with drugs that include heroin, meth, and cocaine.
It's a smorgasbord of stuff.
Yeah, people were trading stuff basically for ice.
Ice, meth.
Yeah. People want ice and they're like, oh, I got a couple of these. What will you do, man? Honestly, I didn't really sell much. I just kind of just did it. Partied with people.
And agents find this Bible with a secret compartment.
When you're on drugs, you find ways to waste time. And I was in a hotel room and I was like, ooh, there's a Gideon Bible. Let's haul it out because I saw it in a movie one time.
When people open the Bible, they're usually looking for some sort of guidance. But when sheriff's deputies at the Bernalillo County Jail opened some for inmates, they found drugs.
These guys will go to incredible lengths to smuggle contraband into the jail.
Tasha Richards and Anthony Chavez stood before a judge today after an inmate inside the jail told investigators they were using Bibles to smuggle in heroin and Suboxone. This is what one of them looked like. Deputies say the drugs were hidden in the spine and behind the page, glued to the leather flap.
Getting those things into a jail, I mean, that's huge.
The sheriff's office says the worst part about this case is that the suspects involved duped a religious volunteer working at the jail who was just trying to do some good deeds. Court documents say Richards admitted to being involved in the scheme. Investigators say the drug-laced Bibles ended up in the hands of that 78-year-old volunteer who would then give them to inmates each week, completely unaware of what was inside.
These guys took a religious volunteer that thought he was doing a good deed, and he was getting played, like a pawn in a chess game.
But that game is no joke. The DA's office will now decide whether to indict both Richards and Chavez on drug trafficking charges.
2 unwitting British citizens were caught attempting to smuggle cocaine out of Lima, Peru on separate days. The first was detained on June 2nd and the second a little over a month later, on July 7, 2018, after allegedly being conned into traveling to South America to pick up huge lottery wins. Between Terrence Smith, 61, and William Lang, 60, they had 10 kilograms of cocaine and told police they were in South America to each pick up multi-million-pound lottery wins. Both men plead not guilty and awaited their respective trials. Arrested separately, one traveler had approximately 130,000 pounds of cocaine stuffed in the padding of his backpack and in the lining of several coats he had agreed to carry for unknown individuals. The other traveler told police he had agreed to carry books, among them a children's Bible and rolls of fax paper. His flights and expenses had been paid for after he entered Peru from Colombia. He was on his way to the UK, via Chile and Brussels. Peruvian law enforcement reported that drug traffickers were using elderly travelers by fooling them into carrying cocaine loads. If found guilty, they faced between 6 to 8 years of imprisonment. Authorities believe the pair were strangers to each other.